pain and attention. Last Sunday I drove to Ottawa to visit with my son. I had a meeting with him and some other people at his workplace on Monday evening. And it was a wonderful experience. Tuesday I rested up. Wednesday my oldest son was able to disengage himself from his family for a few hours. And being an older parent, now I understand how important it is and how wonderful it was to be able to have alone time with one of my children. And part of that, he's planned a very exciting day. It was driving into the city and leaving the car for his wife at his mother-in-law's place. And then we would walk along the canal, through the city and through the streets, and then finally end up at the bus stop just down below the Parliament building. So we started walking and walking and walking, and because I hadn't been eating too well the last couple of days, my ankle started acting up, and after a few kilometers, it was becoming very, very, very painful to walk. And he took care of me. The first time in my life that I felt that I didn't have to be on. I didn't have to be part of the leadership. He took control. Dad, sit here. And that was a wonderful, wonderful feeling that I was being cared for by my son. We walked along, and finally, I just had enough. And he sits me down at a bench, and he goes and makes some change, comes back with the money for the bus, and then we walk up to Parliament Hill, and it turns out it's legalization day for cannabis, and there was nobody there. There was nobody there. I figured that all the people that would be there, they weren't. And I guess I figured out that they were all at home with their families. They didn't have to be activists anymore. They just took care of their business of their daily lives, and there were just a few children and probably more reporters than others. Anyway, we continued along and went down to the bus, got on the bus, and I just about had enough at this point because, we'll go here, and I turned one way, he turned the other, and I got lost. And it was I was just not in the best frame of mind. We got on the bus, and it was very crowded, and I haven't been on a bus in 30 years. And so I get on the bus, and I managed to grab hold of a post somewhere, and in the back I could hear someone saying, "There's a seat here. There's a seat here. There's a seat in the back." And of course I couldn't make it. And then we were riding along, and after every stop, I'd hear this voice saying, "There's a seat here. There's a seat here." And due to just traffic, people moving in and out, I was able to find a seat. And it was very crowded in front of me. I couldn't see across the bus. But I could hear, "There's a seat in the back." And the crowd's parted, and there was this wonderful woman sitting there. She had the name tag of one of our box stores on the front of her shirt. And she smiled because my phone made a noise anyway, a text came in, and she smiled, and I was kind of embarrassed because I couldn't get up my phone. It was in layers and layers of clothing. And we smiled. And I said to her, "Do you help people every day find seats?" She said, "Yes, I do." I said, "Thank you very much. I was able to find this seat, but I couldn't. I needed one, and I was in great pain. And thank you for being here to help other people that are in pain, that need a seat." And she says, I know I have pain, and I do that every day." And I said, "Thank you for doing that." We were all just a little hole between the crowds of people, and there were all people around us of all nationalities and all types of people. And we're having this conversation. And I said, thank you for doing that. Because there are people lost when they get on these buses. And you help them. You bring them some peace. And we just sat there looking at one another. And I could tell by her countenance that she was not a well-off person. She was not healthy. Her face was full, but her eyes were kind and her smile was gentle. But in her voice, before I saw her, I could hear the strength of defiance in her voice. Because all around her, I know that the people around her put her down every day. Don't be doing that. You're making too much noise. I can hear it. Not then, because they were all being polite. And as she got up to leave, I said, it was nice speaking with you today. And she said to me, I hope to speak with you again someday. And I was just going to say, I do too. But she was gone. Now, in most days, that wouldn't seem to be much, and the voice in the back of the bus would be an irritation. But today, I was allowed to see someone else's ministry for what it was. Nowhere in her life does she have power. At work she doesn't, and most certainly not at home. But on the bus, she can do good. That's where her ministry was, to help people that were suffering. And the slave became the greatest in those moments. I understand her journey, and it's now become my journey. Look for those moments. Look for those moments that will allow us to support those in their ministry. Thank you.